Hello, everybody. We've got ourselves something interesting. It is craziest courtroom moments of all time. It's from a channel simply called Courtroom. I guess it's what it says on the tin, you know. You can't really fault that. Anyway, with that in mind, let's get the show on the road, yeah?
This is Scott Nelson, who
Hey,
was
Scott.
facing first-degree murder charges after killing a nanny in Orlando, Florida.
Okay.
You committed the worst possible crime.
Nelson was recently released from a 25-year prison sentence for a bank robbery.
Whoa. Wait. So he served 25 and then immediately killed somebody. The prison system kind of sucks for rehabilitating people, you know? If they're going to come out and just go right back to committing bullshit crimes, like, what the fuck are we doing?
After he was let go from his painting job, he decided to plan another robbery. Nelson broke into a house with a knife where a nanny was working as a caregiver. He kidnapped her, threw her in the trunk, and drove to a local ATM so he could withdraw cash. Nelson then drove to a remote location and stabbed her to death.
Man, if you're going to take the woman's money, at least don't fucking kill her, man. That is so fucked up beyond all recognition, man. What the fuck? You know, don't stack it up. You're gonna get caught anyway.
Before ditching her body and the car, where he was later arrested. On trial, Nelson argued that the government was to blame.
Are you fucking kidding? What the hell did the government didn't make you rob that poor girl? Didn't make you kill her?
You bought zip ties.
Yes, I did.
You bought duct tape.
That'd be correct.
You bought a knife.
I sure did. I bought that material because I had a plan in mind of how I was going to survive being thrown on the street again for what? The third? Or was it the fourth time?
Well, this guy's got a fucking attitude. What is this? He has no idea how to live outside of the fucking prison system, so he's gonna take it out on other people? Oh, fuck you too, pal.
By the government. And you know, you kick a dog enough times, they tend to bite back. And really, they just don't care anymore.
Nelson continues testifying, showing no emotion, and finally admits to the murder.
Somebody was going to pay for how you've been treated.
That is very accurate.
Who killed Jennifer Fulford?
I did.
He took the stand during the penalty phase, and this is what he had to say.
Well, fuck me. At least he's admitting it. He's not pretending somebody else did it, so I guess there's that. Even though he does sound like an entitled sack of shit.
How has your mental health been affected by your previous incarceration?
I am a homicidal maniac.
In the end, Nelson was found guilty of first-degree murder and was sentenced to life in prison.
Hey, at least you ain't got to worry about being thrown back out on the street. You're never going to see the street again, bitch.
This is John Bunn. He spent 27 years wrongfully convicted of murder.
I'm an innocent man, Your Honor, and I have always been an innocent man.
While living in Brooklyn, New York, Bunn was only 14 years old when he was arrested by NYPD detective Louis Scarcella. Bunn later spent 16 years behind bars and then 11 years out on parole, where he still fought to prove his innocence. Then finally, his conviction was overturned based on the wrongdoing of Detective Scarcella.
So this is another John Burge situation, I see. Piece of shit trying to, force his confessions just to pad his resume, or maybe because he's racist, I don't know.
And the fact that there wasn't even probable cause to arrest Bunn in the first place.
I want y'all to know that y'all convicted and had a wrong man in prison.
And after 27 years of fighting to clear his name, he is finally exonerated.
Thank you, Honor. Because in 27 years, I've been fighting for my life.
But before he leaves the courtroom, he has a moment with the judge.
Bunn later filed a lawsuit against the city of New York and Detective Scarcella.
I hope he got a fucking ton of money. I fucking hope he got I hope he got bank. What the fuck's his name? John Bunn. Let me see here. John Bunn lawsuit. Okay. Exoneration. The city settled, let me go over here. Settlements. Reverse convictions from 2016 to 2021. Let's see, where's Johnny B? $5.9 million. I feel like he should have got a little more. But you can't really complain. So I see a few people who were in there longer and didn't get as much, so I can see why he'd want to cut his losses, but still. $5 million, you know. That's a good launching pad. Oh, $6 million. It's 5.9, so it's almost 6. Even after taxes, that's what? 4.5. You know, it's a good that's a good place to start over from. I just hope dude's happy now, man. You know, prison can fuck anybody up.
This is Alan McCarty,
Hi.
who was arrested and charged after making death threats to a judge. In a child custody case, a judge ruled against McCarty and took away his children. His erratic behavior towards the judge continued into his court appearances.
My daddy owns the building and I look like a f***ing idiot, huh? Brought your dress today, you little f***ing prick? You wanna take my kids from me and act like that?
Well, we better give him back his kids, I think, right?
You in that? Shut the f*** up. I'm trying to think over here.
After McCarty was found guilty for the original threats made to a judge, we now move on to the sentencing.
What a bunch of guys, you stupid piece of then also, you threatened my life, you in the you
Back room.
suck my no. I'm not standing. Not resisting. I'm not resisting. I'm just not standing up. I'm not standing. I don't have to stand.
McCarty.
I love when they fucking dead weight themselves. All you're doing is pissing off the cops, man. Come on now.
I'm not standing. I don't have to stand.
McCarty is moved to another room to watch the court through a one-way glass, and he continues on making a disturbance.
God.
McCarty was sentenced to 20 years in prison. The judge also issued an additional 10-day sentence due to his actions in the courtroom.
You know, by the time he's out, his kids gonna be adults. Like, they're gonna be adults. He done fucked up his whole thing behaving like a jackass. Remember, people, behave calmly, or you never see your kids again.
This is Markeith Lloyd, who is convicted of murdering a police officer in Orlando, Florida.
Yarr, it's Blackbeard the pirate. Arr, I'm in the streets now. I'm killing coppers. Yarr, what the fuck?
I'm raising a relationship, but somehow I have absolutely don't know nothing about. And they frame me.
Lloyd was already on the run from the police after he killed his former girlfriend, who was pregnant with his child.
Alright, kill his ass. Fuck it. He should get the death penalty just for that.
A month later, Lloyd is spotted in a Walmart. You can see him walking in. Moments later, Orlando Police Lieutenant Deborah Clayton pulls in. You can see her grab a cart and walk in. Reportedly, they cross paths every few minutes. Outside the store, Lieutenant Clayton was notified, and she tried to stop and arrest Lloyd when a shootout begun. Lieutenant Clayton was killed during the interaction, being shot 4 times. Following the murder, Lloyd took off again, which led to a 9-day manhunt, where he was...
I hope he didn't kill anybody else in that 9 days.
Following the murder, Lloyd took off again, which led to a 9-day manhunt, where he was later found. During the arrest, he tried to escape, where he lost his left eye in the altercation. Here in court, Lloyd took the stand. Reportedly, he believed everyone was out to kill him.
And I was just reacting, Mary. I was just reacting. Even when they opened the door, I just reacted. I fired 2 shots, I just reacted.
The jury.
That's an interesting reaction. You know, I just kill people. That's just a reaction, you know. It's not something I want to do. I just do it.
Jury then found him guilty.
It really hurts deep down inside.
This is Lieutenant Clayton's sister giving a victim impact statement.
She stood in the place as my mother when I didn't have one. I truly miss my sister. I truly miss her.
And this is the moment that Lloyd hears that the jury unanimously recommends the death sentence.
We, the jury, unanimously find that the defendant, Markeith Lloyd, should be sentenced to death.
Lloyd seems to mouth something out to the public. A few moments later, Lloyd has an outburst.
Uh-oh.
All right, why don't we remove Mr. Lloyd from the courtroom?
The judge later agreed with the jury and sent Lloyd to death, where he now sits behind bars waiting for his death sentence.
Well, and that's the way, that was the way Blackbeard the pirate fell. Not with a bang, but with a whimper.
This is Darrell Brooks, who is convicted of killing 6 people and injuring dozens of others after he drove his SUV into a Christmas parade in
Oh, I've seen him in other videos. Oh, y'all are in for a treat. This guy's a fucking piece of shit, this guy.
Waukesha, Wisconsin. Reportedly, during his reckless driving, he reached speeds of over 30 miles per hour, and the prosecution argued that his driving rampage was intentional.
He plowed through 68 different people. He kept going until he got to the end, and there was no more bodies to hit. It was intentional.
After Brooks was arrested...
Well, no shit. You know... You see a parade and you hit the gas. Yeah, that's intentional. There's no way to spin that one.
And charged, Brooks decided to represent himself in court.
As you know, he who represents himself in court has a fool for a client.
If you are allowed to represent yourself in this case, sir, you will not have attorneys assisting you. They're gone from this case. Do you understand that?
I think I will probably be better served representing myself.
Throughout the trial, Brooks was removed multiple times for constant interruptions and outbursts. It was here that his real personality was shown when he starts to laugh during a witness testimony.
He told Erica that he was gonna find her and he was gonna kill her.
Now, back in the courtroom.
Oh, he got that Corey Richards game. Okay.
Brooks has an outburst as he didn't like how the district attorney pronounced the word defendant.
I would like to provide the defendant and the court.
So that had to be said. The defendant. I got one ear that work and I heard that.
This is to benefit you, that
so it's
you
not.
understand
Ain't none
your
of this to benefit
witness.
me.
And now, Brooks is clearly frustrated. He decides to have a stare down with the judge.
None of this is frustration. You know, I think everybody understands at this point Homeboy was trying to bait for a mistrial. Even though I think anybody looking at this would have been like, yeah, he's just baiting. We're not gonna give him what he wants.
I need to take a break. This man right now is having a stare down with me. It's very disrespectful. He pounded his fist. Frankly, it makes me scared.
The jury quickly found Brooks guilty of all 76 charges against him, and he was given 6 life sentences, plus more than 700 additional years in prison.
Did he at least get extra time for contempt of court? Because seems like he did that a lot.
This is Jaleel Smith Riley.
What the fuck does he look like? A YouTuber I've seen. God damn, I can't pin his name down, but I recognize that face, man. I think it's like a wrestling YouTuber I've seen.
This is Jaleel Smith Riley in a Cincinnati, Ohio courtroom. who police say confessed to a robbery, killing a 20-year-old woman and seriously wounding her boyfriend. Portia Brooks was in her car with her boyfriend Aaron Martin when Smith Riley came up to her car with 2 others looking to rob them. When Smith Riley found out Martin didn't have any cash, he was shot in the head, leaving him with permanent brain damage. Smith Riley then shot at Brooks, which killed her 3 days later.
Damn. Not only is the girl dead, but homeboy's got brain damage now. That's bro, if they don't got no money, just move on to the next one. I mean, shit. You know, murder is a lot longer sentence than fucking robbery.
Sorry. Go back on with it. This is what I come up with this. This is somebody that feels genuine remorse.
Does he though? Does he?
This is somebody that thinks about this every day, and he knows that he can't go back in time and undo what he did.
Now, Portia Brooks' mother delivers a victim impact statement.
But he killed me mentally, emotionally. He killed my identity as a mother of 3, as a family of 4.
This is now Brooks' sister speaking.
I have to deal with life without Portia, so he should deal with life without parole.
This is moments right before Jaleel Smith Riley gets the news that he will never be allowed to return home again.
Defendant serve a term of life without parole as to count 4 for the offense of attempted murder.
Bye-bye.
This is Michael Brady, who attempted a prison escape that resulted in the death of 4 prison workers at Pasquotank Correctional Institution.
Damn, how'd you kill 4 people as a prisoner while you running? Like, how does nobody catch you after the first one? Hell, after the first 2, how does that happen?
In North Carolina.
I stabbed him like 4 to 8 times. I hit Jeffrey Howe until he stopped moving. I don't know how many times I hit him with a hammer.
Brady was facing 24 years in prison for an attempted murder conviction after he shot at a North Carolina state trooper. And 4 years into his sentence, Brady and 3 other inmates brutally murdered 4 prison workers with hammers and scissors.
Oh, so he had friends. I got you.
Man, Michael Brady beat that man, George Midget, like he was trying to bust concrete.
Brady then tried to hop a fence, but then was captured at gunpoint.
It was like a bloodbath. I stepped in between Jeffrey and Wendy, and I slid trying to get in because the whole elevator floor was nothing but blood.
Oh, you know that. Oh, that's awful. Cause you know, like you ever like you're trying to get somewhere when it's raining and your shoes ain't great, and you slip and you get all wet because the floor is also fucking wet. Oh, that's gotta be awful just to slide and just land in the puddle of blood. You know what I'm saying? Oh, there goes that set of clothes.
During the trial, the prosecutors argued that Brady was the one who planned the attack and had no remorse for the killings.
We know who originated the plan. We know who led the plan.
After Brady is found guilty, he now takes the stand at his sentencing.
I'm up here to tell the truth. You can ask me anything you want. I'm gonna tell the truth. Whether it hurts me, whether it helps me. I don't care about that.
Oh, he looks like he's having fun. Oh yeah, lock this motherfucker up forever.
You don't believe you're crazy, do you?
No, I don't think I'm crazy, no.
And you do know the difference between right and wrong?
Yes.
So you know murder is wrong?
Murder is a different name for a death, but yes.
Your freedom meant more than their lives.
Yes.
And now the judge reads out the jury's recommendation.
Jury unanimously recommending that the defendant be sentenced to death.
Brady seems completely emotionless,
sounds about right.
And the judge later agrees on the death penalty, where he now sits locked up in Colorado, awaiting his death sentence.
I wonder, like, is he gonna try to escape that too? Like, how does that work? Like, if he tries to escape, do they just kill him right then and there? How do you deal with that?
This is Franklin Williams, who is convicted of multiple felonies, including armed robberies and fleeing police in Cleveland, Ohio.
Again, I'm going to interrupt. Mr. Williams, listen to me. I'm going to gag you in 1 second.
Williams conducted 3 armed robberies before leading police on a high-speed chase. He was later arrested and convicted. Now, at his sentencing, Williams would not stop talking, despite more than a dozen warnings from the judge.
That means zip it, right?
Okay, the way this works, you know, it's like almost any conversation, but it's especially true when you in a court setting. You know what I'm saying? You talk when you're asked something. You don't just go off and do whatever the hell you want. You have to. There's a flow, right? Answer, ask, answer. You know, you don't get to just talk whenever you want. The judge has to talk first. Come on, buddy.
Does that make sense?
No, it doesn't. That's the violation of the hippo law, Judge.
Here we go.
This resulted in the judge ordering Williams' mouth to be taped shut.
If you spit on, attempt to bite, or injure any of my deputies, you're going to have a bad day.
That's what it is.
At a following court appearance, Williams has something to share with the judge and cameras.
Freedom of speech, no duct tape, with the hashtag.
Aside from all
They should have fucking put a ball gag in that son of a bitch.
the interruptions, the judge can hand down Williams' sentence.
You faced a potential maximum consecutive sentence of 134 years. I ordered a 24-year sentence.
After Williams received a 24-year prison sentence, the judge later apologized for the duct tape and threw out that sentence.
Are you fucking kidding me? Nothing was wrong with trying to get this guy shut. Like, if motherfuckers are just gonna keep interrupting, I mean, fuck.
Then appointed a new judge, where she sentenced him to 33 years behind bars.
Wah, wah. Maybe he would have liked having the other guy back.
This is Martez Abram, who is convicted on 2 counts of murder for the killings of 2 Walmart employees in South Haven, Mississippi. Abram had worked at the Walmart but was faced with a suspension after he apparently had a knife on him in the store. The day he was suspended, he returned to the store with multiple weapons and opened fire, killing store managers Anthony Brown and Brandon Gales.
Bro, it's a suspension. They didn't fire your ass. Like, you could have gone back. They're not gonna hire you back now, bro. You can't kill managers and expect to keep the job.
He was laying on the ground with his eyes open, and I ran up to him and I looked at him. I said, "Anthony, honey, please say KC one more time."
He also shot an officer who survived due to his bulletproof vest.
Once I got out of my vehicle, I heard gunshots and I felt the pressure of the bullet hit my back.
He was arrested on site. Now in court, Abram admits to all crimes.
That's you, isn't it, sir?
Yes.
Look at it, please, sir.
Yes.
Mr. Gale is on the floor going down at this point, isn't he?
Yes.
Okay, and that's...
Okay, this guy. Why is this guy acting all disturbed by the sight? You saw it when you were doing the shit, bro. What's with this act, bro? Everybody knows you happy for this shit.
You shooting him, right?
Yes.
Look at the screen, sir.
Yes.
That's you shooting him?
Yes.
And you admit that you shot him in cold blood?
Yes.
You shot him again, didn't you?
Yes.
After that, you went back to the toilet paper aisle, didn't you?
Yes.
This is one of the victim's wife delivering a victim impact statement.
You took Anthony from me on the exact day, 20 years earlier, that we had our first date.
And now...
Damn. Like, she remembered that shit. That was a good wife, bro. Anthony had a good one, man. Shame that she lost him like this, you know?
Now, this is when the judge will decide Abram's fate.
In count 1, I will sentence you to death.
Count 2, you will be sentenced to death. And count 3, you will be sentenced to life in the penitentiary.
As Abram hears that he will be receiving the death penalty, he stands silently, where he now sits on death row awaiting his execution.
Bye, bitch. Bye. Hope you have fun in there.
This is Erica Butts and Shanita Cunningham. They were...
How the hell you get the last name Butts? That's the fuck I want to know.
Were both charged with homicide by child abuse in Summerville, South Carolina.
Kill them.
Butts, who was best friends with the child's mother, was supposed to be caring for the toddler for 2 weeks. The child was only 3 years old. She died from her injuries, reflecting weeks of torture.
Oh boy, you know she's not the mom's friend no more. How the hell you get trusted with a child and you torture the motherfucker to death? What is wrong with people, man? That's what I want to know. What is wrong with people? I mean, I get it. You know, I totally get it. Kids are annoying. Annoy the fuck out of me. I've never liked them. But I have never felt the need to do anything remotely violent to one. God, the thought makes my skin fucking crawl.
Time frame that matched the time she had spent with Butts and her lover at the time, Cunningham.
What must have been the excruciating sounds that came from that child is more than disconcerting to this court.
After both women were found guilty, the judge now hands down their sentence.
The court finds it appropriate that each be sentenced to the State Department of Corrections for a period of life.
They were just sentenced to life in prison.
What didn't... Oh, I guess life is easier that you don't have to deal with all the fucking mandatory appeals, but if anybody deserves death, it's these two bitches. Oh, look at them put a scene together, man. Oh, they acting up. They're insane. They hate this. They're so sad. They didn't give a fuck when they killed that kid, though.
Butts and Cunningham are reportedly at separate prisons serving their life sentences.
That's smart. Extra bit of punishment. They will never see each other again. So much for being lovers, bitches.
This is Keith Ferguson from Kalkaska, Michigan.
What the fuck?
This is Keith Ferguson.
What did he do? Did he molest a child? He looked like a child molester. Real shit.
From Kalkaska, Michigan. He was set to court for 12 felony counts, including kidnapping and murder.
Okay. Who'd he kidnap and kill? Yeah, I'm sure they're gonna find you innocent after that shit.
Ferguson, who was 40 at the time, was engaged in a divorce argument with his wife, Tiffany Ferguson.
Let me guess. Killed the wife because he couldn't have her anymore.
When he begun to suddenly beat her, followed by fatally shooting her in front of their 4 children.
Well, God, are you fucking kidding me? In front of the kids. Bro, I remember... This is a bit inside baseball, but like I remember when my grandmother died, natural causes. I didn't even want my niece to see that. I was like, "Hey, come here, let's play some video games." She didn't need to see that. How do you have so little concern for your own damn kids that you're gonna shoot their mother in front of them?
He then hauled the children over to Tiffany's parents' house, where he fatally shot his father-in-law. After fleeing the scene, Ferguson stormed a nearby house, taking the owner hostage, and barricaded himself inside the home.
Oh, damn. At least he didn't kill the mother-in-law and leave the kids completely fucked, right?
After a 7-hour standoff, Ferguson was arrested.
The defendant has already murdered multiple people, and fled, and has taken hostages.
During Ferguson's court appearance, his attitude and remorse towards the situation baffled everyone.
Well, his attitude might have baffled everyone, but his remorse is really easy to understand. He doesn't have any. You know, how can you complain about something that's not there? Come on now.
Mr. Ferguson, Can I get you to stand up there at the podium, please? All right, I need to have you raise your right hand for me. Okay, all right.
Put me back in my cell.
Okay, stop.
At his sentencing, Tiffany's best friend gives a victim impact statement, saying she always felt that Keith would hurt his wife.
I knew one day he would kill her. She would always reply, "He loves his kids too much."
Apparently not. If you're in an abusive relationship, get the fuck out. No, he does not love the kids too much. He will kill you.
He won't kill me. He loved them so much, he murdered their mother and grandfather.
When asked about his children, Ferguson never desired to see or speak to them again. The judge responded by saying,
"You may not meet the clinical definition of insanity, but there's clearly something fundamentally wrong with you."
Ferguson was given a life sentence without the possibility of parole.
I see y'all in hell.
Clearly not soon enough. Yeah, I think that's what's happening now. They're just getting these life sentences so they don't have to deal with the fucking appeals. Just put them away and be done with it.
This is Randall Moore. He is facing 3 life sentences for crimes against his former wife, Therese Ann Lynch.
Let me guess, he killed her.
Lynch had left her husband and filed a protective order against him. This resulted in Moore kidnapping and killing his estranged wife. Officer Todd Rowland responded to the cries from the apartment, where he was then shot and wounded.
Okay, 303 Adams been hit, officer down. Suspect.
So kidnapped the wife, killed the wife, and shoot a cop. He's lucky he's still alive.
Armed with 20 shells. Advises nobody come to the door, as he will shoot again.
Shortly after, Moore had a phone call with a 911 dispatcher. Listen as he explains his motives.
I didn't want to do any of this.
Okay.
But I'm telling you, all I wanted was my son. I just wanted to see my 7-month-old baby. That's all I cared about.
Not long.
7 months old. 7 months old and an orphan already. I hope the wife had family. God, that is such... I can't even begin to think about how hard it's going to be for that kid, man.
Long after, Moore surrendered, and for Officer Rowland, he underwent surgery for his hand. As the verdict is read out, Moore gives nothing but a slight nod.
We, the jury, find the defendant guilty of murder in the first degree. We, the jury, find the defendant guilty of kidnapping in the first degree. Guilty of sexual abuse in the first degree.
Ah! I'm guessing he raped her before killing her.
Guilty of attempt to commit murder.
At Moore's sentencing, Lynch's mother gives a victim impact statement.
What you did to my daughter, Therese Ann Marie Lynch, was evil, hateful, and despicable. You are now dead and rotting and repulsive to me.
Read the journal she wrote. She hated you.
Thank you, Judge.
She hated you.
Thank you.
You're a loser.
Moore refused to apologize for his actions, saying he had no remorse for what happened.
And I'll tell you point blank, I have not 1 ounce of remorse for Therese Ann's death. It could have all been prevented. All you had to do is let me see my kid.
Well, you're not going to see him anymore. You're never going to see that kid. You will die alone, bitch.
Now you're never going to see her again.
But now comes the judge.
If anybody didn't know what a piece of work you were before you start talking, they know it now. The court doesn't allow me to punish you any more than I'm doing now. If I could, I would.
Moore was given a total of 3 life sentences plus 25 years for the attempted murder. This
he's gonna be there for a minute. This is
David Ranta. He spent 22 years behind bars for a murder he did not commit.
Oh, another... Oh, that sucks, man.
In Brooklyn, New York, Ranta was arrested by...
Oh, it's this guy.
Detective Louis Scarcella. Ranta...
Okay, so not even racism, just trying trying to advance his career by being seen as the guy who gets everybody. Okay.
He was put in a police lineup run by Scarcella and was identified as the shooter. But decades later, reportedly, the key witness revealed that the detective had provided him with a description of whom to pick in the lineup. There was no physical evidence linking Ranta to the killing, and the evidence presented to the jury was allegedly fabricated. Ranta was then convicted and sentenced to 37.5 years to life in prison. But after spending over 2 decades in prison, the former witnesses admitted that they were pressured into testifying against Ranta.
Oh, this guy's a piece of... This detective's a piece of shit.
And now, this is the moment his conviction gets thrown out.
Mr. Brenta, to say that I'm sorry for what you have endured would be an understatement and grossly inadequate, but I say it to you anyway. The defendant's motion to vacate the judgment of conviction is granted.
That's what's up.
After his handcuffs were removed, he hugged his family. With all he owned thrown over his back, he walks out a free man. After his release, he reportedly received $2 million from the state and a $6.4 million settlement from the city of New York.
8 mil. That ain't bad.
This is Diana Lovejoy. She used to be married to Greg Mulvihill living in Carlsbad, California.
He's dead. He's dead. I'm gonna call her right now. She killed him.
But soon their marriage fell apart and they divorced. After a messy divorce and lots of legal trouble, it ended with the court ordering Diana to pay $120,000 to Greg for his stake in their family house.
Okay. That doesn't seem so chaotic.
The court also ordered that she must share custody of their son.
Okay.
Diana became furious about hearing the court orders. So she planned to kill her ex-husband by teaming up with her boyfriend, Weldon McDavid.
Why the fuck does this guy look like Timu Mark Henry? What the fuck?
Greg was shot in the torso, but luckily the bullet didn't hit his heart and he survived. Both McDavid and Diana conspired to murder, and the court has sufficient evidence against them.
Well, he gets full custody now, bitch.
It's so painful that some people in this world seem to think that I would have it in me to do this.
Bitch, shut the fuck up.
Interestingly, she fainted in court. She lowered her head down toward the defense table for a few seconds.
Verdict. We, the jury, find the defendant, Diana Jean Lovejoy, guilty of the crime of an attempted murder of Greg Mulvihill.
And right when you hear guilty, you hear a thud.
Guilty of the crime of conspiracy to commit murder.
It silenced the courtroom, aside from hearing her family cry in the background.
Yeah? I can see where that could be a shocker. I mean, she's probably putting on a show, but I can see where, her little thing who was convinced she was going to get away with it, who's now got to deal with the fact that she's not going to see her kid until he's grown up.
She then is brought onto the floor. And when medics bring her out, she still appears to be passed out. But doctors later found out she had only fainted. Weldon McDavid received 50 years to life in prison because he was the one that pulled the trigger. And Diana was sentenced to 26 years to life in prison.
This 25 to life is cell block 2, bitch. What you gonna do?
Is Bass Webb, who has been charged with 2 counts of attempted murder in Lexington, Kentucky. You can see on this security camera, Webb tries to run over 2 employees at a jail he recently served time at. Now, at his first court appearance, the judge is about to remove herself from the trial because she knew the 2 employees.
There's no way I'm going to try this case or have any further proceedings where I have to see you for one further second.
And now Webb is about to shock the courtroom.
Whoa!
He just spit on the judge.
Bro. Oh boy, that's That's not gonna ingratiate you with anybody.
The judge wipes the spit off and then kicks him out of the courtroom. Turns out Webb has a very dark past. When he was behind bars, he was charged for the murder of 2 different girlfriends. He was found guilty of the killing of the first girlfriend.
Right.
Now he's on trial for the second. Webb showed up to court with a tattoo on his head that listed people he wanted to kill. At the bottom was 3 rats crossed out.
Okay, so he's a wannabe tough guy now. Gotcha.
In the trial, Webb showed no remorse, and the jury found him guilty. The judge sentenced Webb to life in prison for his crimes. This is Cam.
Damn, killed 2 girlfriends, tried to kill some prison guards or prison employees, whatever. Boy, put his ass under the fucking jail.
Mia Gamet, who is charged with the murder of her boyfriend in Jackson, Mississippi. Reportedly, the attack happened during an argument between the 2 individuals and ended with the boyfriend being violently stabbed to death.
God damn. Guys, I'm gonna give you the same advice I give the ladies. If you in some domestic shit, get the fuck out. It's not gonna get better. You cannot fix them.
Gamet was arrested on first-degree murder charges. In court, Gamet would claim her murder was in self-defense and her boyfriend was attacking her. But in the end, she was found guilty of murder.
Bro, come on now. That's not how this works.
The way I was portrayed, mostly everything was lies. There was a little bit of truth, but mostly I was convicted off of lies.
We now move into the sentencing, where Gamet reportedly kept interrupting the judge.
You're gonna shut your mouth or I'm gonna have some duct tape put on it.
With Gamet showing no remorse.
That's what's up. Don't you apologize for that shit neither.
The judge had some final words.
You stab, you stab, you stab, you stab until he was dead. I agree with the family. I hope you die in prison as well. You know, if this was a death penalty state, you'd be getting the chair.
In the end, Gamet was sentenced to life in prison with...
You know, I'm not 100%, but I don't think the judge likes her.
Without the possibility of parole. This is Kyandria Cook, who was found guilty of carjacking charges in Volusia County, Florida. 18-year-old Cook and her then 17-year-old boyfriend had used a dating app to set up a carjacking, where the
Bro. I mean, you hear so many bad things about them dating apps, like catfishing and shit like that. And then there's shit like this, setting up a robbery on a guy who's thinking he's finding, a girl to have some fun with, Man, them dating apps, man, y'all need to keep away from that shit. That's all I'm saying, because you never know when it's people like this, you know what I'm saying? I'm always suspicious of these inorganic dating scenarios, right? These apps and what have you. Because there's no getting to know people before the date. You don't know if they're coming to kill you,
Boyfriend reportedly shot the victim, leaving him seriously injured. After fleeing the scene and being on the run, the pair attempted another carjacking just 2 days later, but they were arrested. Now in court, Cook stands in front of the judge for her involvement in the theft and shooting.
Keeps you guilty of all 3 charges, sentence you to 20 years in state prison.
That is Cook's mother that can be heard crying.
Could you imagine making your mother cry that fucking hard? How much of a fucking failure you gotta feel like? I hope I never do that to my mother. Just make her wail in a room like that because I fucked up that badly,
Reportedly, the reason for this very emotional outburst is there was a miscommunication with the assistant public defender, where Cook and her mother thought she wouldn't face any prison time.
That's a hell of a miscommunication. That is an enormous miscommunication. This might be the first time I talk shit about a defense attorney, because what the fuck, bro? You gotta make sure these people understand what they're pleading to.
Cook's sentence was later reduced to 11 years in prison.
Still, it's not a good outcome. Not a good outcome for the mom. Not a good outcome for the daughter. And there's got to be better ways. You know what I'm saying?
This is Joel Delgado.
Hey, Joe.
He's currently being brought to the Pulaski County Courthouse in Little Rock, Arkansas. He's brought into court to face multiple charges, including residential burglary and theft of services.
Okay, the theft of services, I can see. Like, maybe you tried to dine and dash or something, but, homeboy doesn't look like he could do a lot of burglaring.
Reportedly, during his arrest, he claimed he was injured, so he was brought to a hospital. Now, the sheriff deputy is currently escorting Delgado into the courthouse to face his charges.
Okay.
But steps before they enter the door, Delgado loses his shoe, which just might be a distraction for his getaway plan.
What do you say, OJ? Hey, you see a shoe back there? Where is it?
With Delgado being in a neck brace and a wheelchair, it appears he can't walk, but he sure can run.
Well, damn!
Delgado then bolts across the street and down an alley.
Ooh. You know, maybe next time cuff him to the fucking chair. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Cover your bases.
The deputy seems to...
You heard that? You heard the motherfucking cop said, right? Where the subtitles were just dots, he said, "I'ma fucking shoot you, man." I believe it too.
...to lose him and searches through the streets looking for the suspect.
Hey, can you call the police for me? Call the police for me. Call the police. What way it go? Went straight through the alley and cut that way. What you need? Your phone. My damn radio came off. And I tried to get him. Hello? The wheelchair dude got up and ran. Yeah. I couldn't catch his. The wheelchair dude. I couldn't catch him. Hell.
After no luck, the deputy makes it back to the front of the courthouse.
The wheelchair dude ran. He had a neck brace on and all that. Did he really? Yeah. Didn't need that wheelchair very much. Hell no.
The deputy then meets up with his colleagues and breaks the news.
Boy, you know they're gonna laugh at him for this one.
Dude ran, man. Dude ran? Yeah. What? He took off? Yeah, I couldn't catch that dude. He jumped the rail. It's on my camera, bro. Oh, what's that, man? He jumped the rail, kicked his shoe that came off. I been down to get his shoe. He just ran. Took off on you, man. Yeah. Should have had cuffed him to the wheelchair.
You should have.
However, the suspect's freedom was short-lived, as he was caught a few hours later, where he claimed he was injured and couldn't walk.
Oh, they better cuff him to the fucking wheelchair this time. They better not play. They better not play.
Again. And now he faces an additional charge of third-degree escape. Reportedly, Delgado has pleaded not guilty to all charges against him.
Okay, I gotta see what happened to this piece of shit. Come on. This one. What is this? Rock. Ah, here we are. Okay, parolee who escaped deputies in 22 is sentenced to 6 years. All right. Let me see if I can get another. Joel Sanchez Delgado. Yeah, he gets to yeah, I ain't paying for shit, bitch. But But yeah, looks like Delgado got caught and sentenced to 6 years.
This is Ronnie O'Neill.
Oh, this motherfucker.
He is a double murder suspect in Riverview, Florida.
If you think I'm here to play around with y'all, goddamn it, I'm not.
He's one of these people who thinks speaking loudly is a substitute for speaking intelligently. Gotcha. He's one of them.
Neil was 29 when he fatally shot his then-girlfriend Kenyatta Barron. Following this, he murdered their own daughter by striking her multiple times with a hatchet.
Oh, that's fucked up.
She was only 9 years old.
Again, I don't like kids at all. I have never had the urge to do that. It's just so fucking offensive to like the depths of my soul, man. Like, how do people do that shit?
O'Neill also stabbed their 8-year-old son before pouring gasoline all over the house and setting it on fire. O'Neill was arrested upon fleeing the burning house. The son was able to escape, but was critically wounded and suffered from burns.
A badass son.
The first 911 call on the incident was from the girlfriend who was heard screaming before suddenly hanging up.
Y'all know that doesn't work, hanging up on the cops, right? The cops, when that happens, they are obliged to go there.
8 minutes later, another call came in from O'Neill.
911, what is your emergency?
Hey, I just been attacked by some white demons inside Kiki. Kiki, her name is Kiki, and she tried to kill me.
What's she at?
After the arrest, O'Neill was psychologically cleared to represent himself in court.
You know what they say, a man who represents himself. I'm not gonna fucking repeat it.
During the trial, he cross-examined his now 11-year-old son, who...
Oh, that's gotta suck for the son, man. Imagine looking at your psychopath father who killed your mom and your fucking sister.
Who he stabbed, to which the son explained everything that happened.
It's good to see you, man.
Good to see you too.
Did I hurt you that night of this incident?
Yes.
I did. And how did I hurt you?
You stabbed me.
O'Neill also accused the prosecution of fabricating evidence.
Because he's playing a fraudulent damn recording.
Did he clone your son and instruct the clone to talk about how you stabbed him too?
Of me beating Kenyatta Barron. I did kill Kenyatta Barron.
After O'Neill was found guilty at his sentencing, the judge went on to say this was the worst case she's ever seen.
This is the worst case ever in my life, and I have seen some horrors.
He also stated that he was not sorry for what he did.
I am not sorry for something I didn't do, and I am not sorry for the things I did do.
So you're just a piece of shit all around. Got it.
O'Neill was given a total of 3 life sentences plus 90 years without parole. And for O'Neill's son, he was adopted by the detective who cared for him the night of the murders.
That's a good end, man. I hope that kid's adjusting to the new family, man.
This is Esteban Carpio. The police were questioning him for the stabbing of an 85-year-old woman in Rhode Island.
Fuck, kill him.
In the interview room was Carpio and 2 detectives. One of the detectives left the room to get water for Carpio, leaving just him and Detective Sergeant James Allen in the room. Carpio grabbed Allen's gun and then shot him twice, killing him.
Oh, so he killed a fucking 80-year-old woman, 83-year-old woman, and then killed a cop in the fucking interrogation room. Nothing good's gonna happen to that dude.
He then jumped out of a window which was 3 stories high and made a run for it, but was apprehended just 45 minutes later. At his arraignment, Carpio came in wearing a mask designed to stop the offender from spitting and biting at others.
God damn. The cops had some fun with this motherfucker. Look at his face.
With also his face being in rough shape, it stunned the courtroom. It wasn't so much Carpio with the shocking reaction, more so his family members, making accusations of police brutality.
Step off. Step off.
Not guilty! I'm not guilty! I'm not guilty, Stephen!
It's gross police brutality. He was mentally ill.
Bitch, shut the fuck up.
And he needed help and we couldn't get it. We tried and tried. And he didn't deserve this.
He deserved everything he got. He killed 2 people.
An FBI investigation concluded that the police did not use excessive force and that Carpio's injuries were sustained due to his jump from the 3rd floor of a building and struggle with law enforcement.
Every day, I face the facts of what I did and what happened.
He was sentenced to life in prison without parole.
Bye bye.
This is Callum Fittner in Bradford Crown Court in the UK.
Oh, we're crossing the ocean now. All right, everybody, let's get the fish and chips.
He's here to help support his 17-year-old friend,
right,
who is currently on the other side of this door. And he's about to burst through and make a run for it.
Okay.
The teenage escapee UC was reportedly just sentenced to 21 weeks in custody for the theft of a mobile phone.
Bro, that's, wait a minute. Calculator. That shit's a year is 52 weeks, right? Minus 21. Bro, you still gonna have 31 weeks, homie? Still gonna have most of the year free. Ain't no reason to run.
But keep your eye on Fittner, as he's about to press
He's gonna trip him.
Automatic door to open, leading his friend to freedom.
That too. I'm surprised he didn't trip the cops like an idiot.
First goes the teenager, then 1, 2, 3, 4 security officers chasing the suspect. And it appears Fittner takes a different route out of the building. The teenage phone bandit makes it out of the courthouse and is gone.
Damn!
And it appears the security officers lost him. And for Fittner, he walks out casually hopping down the steps like nothing ever happened. The teenager was on the run for 2 days when he was arrested and sentenced to an extra 6 months in jail for the escape.
Wah wah.
Fittner pleaded guilty to aiding and abetting his friend's escape and was jailed for 3 months. This is Jessica Groves, who along with her husband, Daniel Groves, are both charged with the murder of their own 2-month-old child in
Alright.
Portsmouth, Ohio.
Tell the jury how you killed this baby.
It was an accident.
I'm sure it was a fucking accident.
Not your excuse. How did you murder this baby? How did you cause these injuries?
Reportedly, when the father found the child unresponsive, he later testified he didn't alert authorities because his wife threatened to blame him. That's when the child's body was found at the bottom of a 30-foot well inside a milk crate, wrapped in plastic. Reports found that the child suffered fractures to his skull, arms, ribs, and leg.
Kill them.
Mother and father had initially pleaded not guilty, but in a shocking twist, Miss Groves takes full responsibility for the killing of the child.
Jessica, did you, and you only, cause the death of your son, Dylan Groves?
Yes.
Did Daniel Groves participate in the killing of Dylan?
No.
Was Daniel Groves aware of any of the injuries that you caused that may have led to his death?
No.
Did you hide all injuries that you caused Dylan from your husband?
Yes.
Prosecutors initially claimed they were both responsible for the child's death, and now they demand the truth.
How did you murder this baby? How did you cause these injuries?
I have sit here and admitted.
Answer the question, please. How did you cause these injuries?
It was an accident.
Not your excuse for what happened. How did you cause these injuries?
I'm not letting you go until you talk.
By dropping him.
How did you cause that first 2-inch skull fracture?
I don't remember. I've admitted to my guilt.
How did you?
And I have to live without my children. I'm done talking to you.
You are talking to me because you're sitting on the witness stand.
Whew. Okay, bitch. You killed a kid. You don't get to be sassy now, bitch.
Miss Groves is unable to remember how the child was killed, but she claimed she is the sole reason for the child's murder and acted alone.
My client, Jessica Groves, was and still is a drug addict. There is no doubt about that fact.
Right.
She, and she alone, caused the injuries to Dylan Groves, which led to his death. She murdered Dylan Groves.
Groves was found guilty on all 11 counts and was given life in prison with no possibility of parole. Her husband was cleared of aggravated murder, but he was found guilty on the remaining 10 charges and was sentenced to 47 years to life in prison.
I'll take it.
This is Kimberly Long, who was sentenced to 15 years to life in prison for a murder she never committed in Riverside, California. Long arrived home and discovered—
Ooh, is it another corrupt cop?
Her boyfriend dead. She immediately called 911. Despite being the person who found the dead body, Long ended up becoming the lead suspect. She was soon convicted of sex—
Well, the person who first finds the body is usually, especially if it's a domestic, you can't deny that, though I'm sure we're going to see the other shoe drop in a minute.
Second-degree murder and sent to prison. But 7 years later, forensic evidence showed that her boyfriend died long before she had arrived at the scene, and there was DNA of an unknown male at the crime scene.
Oh, so the cops were lazy. Gotcha.
The conviction now gets overturned.
The judgment of conviction is vacated and a new trial will be ordered.
Why even bother with the trial if there's an unknown man's DNA? Why don't you look for that guy?
Long is now outside of prison. The prosecution soon dropped all existing charges.
I feel happy, elated, relieved, just a lot of emotions right now.
Long reportedly received $386,000 from the California Victim Compensation Fund.
Fucking bitch! Damn. That's nothing. What the fuck is going on in California?
This is Anthony Kirkland, who is a convicted serial killer in Cincinnati, Ohio.
Okay.
They say I am evil and a monster. They're right. Even my mom hated me, but I don't blame her.
Kirkland had previously served a 16-year prison sentence for the killing of his ex-girlfriend. A few years after his release—
Wait. So he killed his girlfriend and only got What the How do you only get 16 years for killing somebody?
Kirkland begun his killing spree. Over a 3-year period, he killed 4 women, 2 of them being teenagers. Kirkland was arrested after his 4th murder, as he was caught with one of the victims' watch and iPod.
Really? Really? You're not supposed to take goddamn souvenirs, motherfucker.
Which made him a lead suspect.
Yeah, no
Eventually,
shit.
Police were able to pin all the murders to Kirkland. Now in court, as the charges are being read out, Kirkland is facing the death penalty, and next, he appears to faint.
Count 4, aggravated murder.
Oh!
Kirkland was
Timber!
later found guilty on all charges and sentenced to death.
What?
Kirkland was later found guilty on all charges and sentenced to death. He is currently on death row awaiting his execution at the Chillicothe Correctional Facility.
Well, at least he got the right sentence for this one. And yeah, that was that was something. That was a trip and a half. Boy, the shit that happens in courtrooms, man. Woo! I'm glad I don't ever have to go there myself. Oh man, that was something. That was something. What do you think, huh? Let me know what y'all thought about that. In the meantime, God bless y'all, and I'll see you next time.